Okay, we're live. Welcome to another week. I totally forgot yesterday about doing this. Don't know where I was, but that's all right. I was somewhere where I needed to be. So the weekly energy update, the juice with Danielle. So it's for the 31st of the 6th, 2025. And we're just going to throw some cards around and see what we pick up this week. Oh, what has this week been for me and what I've been seeing around me with clients and just people in general is it's been a little off. It was like last week a few spanner in the works got thrown in. A few spanners got thrown in. Oh, there we go. Let's see what this one is. Alchemy. Okay, you've got the Midas touch. So there was a reason for that, the spanners in the works. And now let's see what we need to do to work through all of that. So what do we need? How do we get it? And what is stopping us this week? So from last week, please let me know in the comments if you had any chaos. Just writing chaos in there is enough. You don't have to write what it was because sometimes people do not want to share that in public. But if you want to DM me, so can. So did you have chaos last week or at the start of this week? And what did it bring up for you? So what do we need? How do we get it? Oh, interesting. Okay. And what's stopping us? Oh, we keep getting these cards. I love that. Okay. So what do we need? Consult an expert. So it says more information is needed. Contact someone with expertise in this area. What I hear here is if you have had the upheaval last week, if you have had the spanners in the works, then sometimes we can get in our own way about that. So we can go into our stories. We can go into fear. My eye's going to be watering today. Sorry about that. Thank you, perimenopause. We're going to be going into fear. And so consulting an expert this card today feels like it means take a step back because we can be in our schmozzle and in our fear and in our what is going on space. And when we're in that space, it's very hard to see clearly when we make decisions from fear over love, when we're not fully in our center, then we can make some decisions that we might not like down the track. So through fear, through all of those things. So consulting an expert may mean, to the extent of consulting an actual expert in whatever you're putting forward this week. If there's something that you need help with, if there's something that you need support with, who knows it better than you? Who knows more about it than you? Find those people. Also, consult an expert to me. I hear, especially if there was chaos last week and coming into this week, if there was, you will be out of alignment. So therefore you need to consult an expert, which may be a friend. It may be giving me a DM. It may be having a massage, which I am going to do today. So I'm very excited about that. It's something that you just might need to consult within you and go, hang on a minute. Where am I? Where am I truly? Am I coming from the right space to be able to move forward this week? So consult an expert. What do you need? How do you get it? Time to move on. So a lot of these things, the chaos that gets thrown up sometimes is there because we need to let it go. It's coming up for a reason. Like as we sort of rise in our evolution, in our expansion, in our growth, we go in stages, and there's like some part of you might move up into another space, into another frequency, and all the rest of you down here needs to move up to and meet that space so that then you can find your balance and find your zen. So sometimes when that is happening, it can bubble up a lot of things, chaos in general, things that feel like they're out, like, oh my gosh, I've been thrown. Where did that come from? I didn't see that coming. So letting it go, time to move on. What it means is whatever's come up over the last week or so and coming into this week, even it feels like it still was here yesterday, today, possibly tomorrow. It's time to move on. It's time to let go of the old, worn out so that the new can come in. Exactly. Like let the new come in. When the chaos comes up, it's so that you can bring it all up. You can get rid of all the junk, all the grit, I would normally say, and that you can bring it all up into this space where you get to be you. You get to find your alignment. You get to get rid of the trash, basically. You get to clean up. Last week feels like a big, oh, here's the leaves. Let's throw them all up. Now let's find out what needs to settle now, because it's not always the things that you think. And as we move and change, we have to start listening more to the inner self, to the truth of self. So time to move on. Don't get attached to the chaos, too attached to the chaos. Whatever way you can, try to detach from that and go, okay, it's coming up, it's coming up. I've been attached to this for, could be your whole life, could be a few days. I've been really attached to that in some emotion, and normally that emotion will be a negative emotion or an upheaval. That's why it's chaos, because it's coming from fear. It's coming from that side of life. And so detaching from that, which is being conscious. It's being conscious that something's amiss here. Something's not feeling so great. What can I do about that? I need to detach. What emotion have I attached to that? What story have I attached to that? I need to break that out and go, okay, thank you, but it's time to move on. That is coming up for a reason. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I'm going to let that go. I'm going to transmute whatever it is that was needed there. And that then allows that emotion to not be running full steam ahead in your being as well. Because it's like, oh, I could even feel all the energy just, and let it relax. Let it come down into that space of, okay, I can see the truth from here. I can see who I truly am here, and I don't want to play that chaos. I don't want to play those stories and those tapes anymore. It's time to move on. And what's stopping you? The last card, soulmate relationship. New romances with spiritual basis is here for you now. Things are changing in how we do relationship, and I can feel a lot of relationships are releasing, like physical relationships with people are releasing at the moment because of the chaos that's wrapped around and the attachments that are wrapped around it that you needed until now, but now it is time to move on. So for those in relationship that are feeling a little bit like, is it a yes, is it a no, I'm unsure what's happening here, a few things have come up this week, I just don't know where I'm at with this. The time to move on, it needs to transmute and shift. So this first part of this card that I always hear is it's the relationship within you first. That soulmate, that deep soul relationship with self, that needs to be looked at first, and that needs to be cared for first. Because if you're not caring for it, you can't let go. You can't even see the chaos. You just are in it and living it. And so you can't find your true self. You can't grow into your, balanced. You can't bring, as I say, in the new world, we need to be whole, which means we need all of our parts to come together and hold as one. And we need to be conscious of that. We need to go within to be able to even find that. So our soul-mate relationship within self first, but from these cards especially that I am hearing, and I have been hearing a lot of relationship stuff has been coming up to move through. So what that also means is, even if it's time to move on, you might go, does that mean I need to leave them? Does that mean that our relationship's over? Not always. Not always. Sometimes, yes. And you will know if you are listening to self and have that soul relationship with self, you will know if it's a yes or a no. But the other part is that relationships transform and transmute and become into, we can be living, I always say it's like a chapter. It's like a chapter in a book. We have these chapters within our relationships and in ourselves even, that the chapter is done. And we sometimes find it hard to move on from that, to move through that, and to open the door to a new chapter where there might be some new characters. The old characters might have some realizations and come into a real space of grace. So that's also been the word for me this week, is being grace. And grace is that deep, deep knowing that is within. And so that also is a part of that. So if whatever way it is, let go, draw a line in the sand of whatever project, whatever relationship, whatever thing that you've been hanging on to, let that go, draw a new line in the sand, step over it. You can do this metaphorically or you can do this literally. You draw a line in the sand or a line on the ground, and you literally, physically, or in your head, in your being, you step over that line into the new, which is sacred self. Sacred self. It is not being attached to anything. It is being whole. Draw the line, step into that space, and from there decide what is necessary, what you need, so that you can really see it. It's where you're able to detach from what was and be able to let go of those emotions and come into, draw the line, step into the new energy of you, new energy, and go, okay, what do I need to do from here? Where am I from here? And be true to self. You don't have to be in the story. So much story head that we can drop down into your heart and find out what it is from there. What do you need from there? And I can really feel that. Just shaking it off. To be able to detach from the chaos, to be able to get out of chaos, we've got to do something different. So do something a little crazy, a little wild, a little not something that you would normally do. You might grab a rock and scream or breathe into a rock, all the stuff, all the chaos, all the stuff that you've been connected to, and just and then just throw it into the ocean or bury it in the ground and go, thank you, but no thank you, I'm done. And then move through, draw the line in the sand, step over that. Honor self, I'm here, I'm with myself, I am listening. What do we need, self? What do we need to move forward with something new, with something fresh? Especially we're just coming into July, like new year, like financial year, new. There's a space where, I don't know why, but this 6-month space opens into a new. So we've done a lot in the first 6 months of this world, of this year. So let's see what the new space holds for us over the next 6 months and bring in a lot more grace into this space so that there's a lot more flow. There's a lot more that you can actually get to know your being, get to know yourself, get to know all your parts and how all of your parts come together. Because a lot of the time in the chaos, we split off and then we attach to something, an emotion, and then we make this whole story, and we're going over this story over and over again, and we're like, it's like a part of us is locked away in a box, and we're just and we're just going through it, and it is chaos in there. It is horrendous. It is not a space that you want to live. Break out of the box. I chose the tarot card for myself the other day, and it was Judgment, and I saw this card in such a different way. And so I'm going to finish this space here with this. When we judgment for us, we're actually judging that person so that we can see something that's out of alignment in us. Judgment for us is how I see that word. And how I saw the Judgment card was, there's, I'll just describe the card. So there's an angel cherub up the top and blowing the horn through the clouds. And then down here, they're on the water, and there's a naked man, a naked woman, and a naked child. And they're coming out of what I used to think of as coffins. I thought they were coffins. I was like, and they're really skinny, skin and bone. And they're coming out and they're reaching up to the cherub. And what I noted this time, because of where I am and where obviously humanity is right now, is that it's time to get out of the box, the societal box, the chaos box, the fear box, all of the boxes that we've put ourselves in and made our identity around, and all of the things. It's time to get out of those. And as we come out and reach up, we might not have everything that we need. This is why the consultant expert can be a good part this week. Find someone who knows. Find someone who knows more than you about whatever it is as you start to come out of the box. It's like, how do I live outside here? How do I do this differently? It's connecting to soul, connecting to your soul, having a new relationship with self. It's coming out of the box. So for me, that's what I saw was they're not coffins to me at this moment. It's a box that I have locked myself in and held myself, my masculine, my feminine, my little one, all of my parts have been in all these boxes. Now they're all coming out and we're coming together, and it is happening for you too because you're watching this, you're listening to this. So where do you need to nourish self? Where do you need to have your soulmate relationship so that it's not in the way, so that you're not in the way of yourself becoming more of you, becoming in your truth, following your path and all of those things. So just suss that out. I always love, sometimes I just get tarot cards just pop in my head at different times for different people when I'm talking to them. Listen to the signs and the symbols and there's everything there for you. You just need to say yes. And when you say yes, you can receive them. You can receive your messages. You can step back from the chaos and go, hang on a minute. I'm in Shamozzle right here. I need to break out of this. I remember what Danielle was saying the other day. I need to break off the emotion to that. And so I can come back to self. I can come and sit back at my throne and really feel who I am. And make decisions from your throne. Don't make decisions from from the chaos and from the, I just need to do something to get out of this. This is when you just want to shake it all off. Shake it all off. Come back to self. Okay. Yep. I can see I need to find someone that knows more than me about this. Or I need to sit and journal with my higher self who knows more about this than me. I need to realize where I am sitting. You know, if I'm sitting in the victim space of me, am I sitting in the fear space of me? We don't want to make decisions from that space because that's where they're going to come from. So we want to find the higher vibrating self and start to sit there. Time to move on from all the chaos. Time to move on, detach from all that isn't in alignment with us now, so that it either can come into alignment, therefore relationships can come into alignment, or they can leave. Either way, it is perfect. So many blessings to you all. I am going to have a spa day today, and then I'm coming on tonight to do my LifeWave presentation and talk all things patches. So if you haven't heard about the patches, you want to hear about the patches, let me know and I can send you through the link, and just come and listen. Just come and hear. Just come and see whether it's a yes, a full body yes for you or not, because when it is, it's time. And what else do I need to share? Oh, we've just got a beautiful new batch of Blue Lotus tea in. And so we're going to be batching that up and getting that out to everybody. So if you want that, utopianbotanicals.com.au, go check it out and put your orders in. Because Blue Lotus tea, at this time, for this card especially, Blue Lotus tea is something that you can really connect into self. It's something that you can honor. You can have it as in like ceremony space, that you can honor the space and really sit with your mug, sit with your tea. And as you drink it, it's like a bit of an aphrodisiac sort of feel to it. And it allows you to connect to you. It allows you to connect to others. So if you're working on relationship, like with another person, if you're working on that relationship too, have a cup of Blue Lotus with each other and start to work it out. Work out what it is, what's in the way, what can we clear right now, what can we come in alignment with. And it just gives this really beautiful sacred space, a sacred container. And also I think it's the 26th, we're about to launch our first workshop. Em and I are going to be doing sound and clay play and creating your vessel, creating your mug that you can have your Blue Lotus in. And it's a space where you can put all your intentions into your mug. So every morning or every afternoon or whenever you grab your mug, you know that what you can actually hold there. So it's something where you can break yourself out of and feel into self whenever you hold that mug. So that'll be really special. So look out for that. We'll be advertising that very soon. And would love, if you're in the Northern Rivers, New South Wales, would love you to come. And we could also set up ones for you if you wanted to have them at your home. So We're very excited. I can't wait. And yeah, so I'm about to go off and have a spa day and really enjoy. So what are you doing for yourself today? Where's your self-care? What is it for you today? Have the best day. Have the best week. See you next week. Bye.